Yes people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video we are going to react to some latest Manchester United transfer news, and in particular linking two players with a move away from Manchester United. Those players being Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Harry Maguire being linked with a move to West Ham, Scott McTominay being linked with a move to Newcastle. We'll be getting stuck into those reports very soon. Before we do that, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing, etc, etc. Keep it locked. I want to hit 150k ASAP. But nevertheless, let's get stuck into this video and into these reports. The first one is an exclusive which comes from the Mirror in the last half an hour as I record this video, and it says exclusive: Manchester United are ready to accept a considerable loss as West Ham eye Harry Maguire loan transfer. Harry Maguire joined United for 80 million from Leicester in 2019, but his former Old Trafford will make that almost impossible to recoup in the transfer market. So Harry Maguire being linked with a move to West Ham. Now, whether we let him go in this January transfer window or next summer, Manchester United are going to have to take a hit on that £80 million, because it's clear to the world that he isn't worth what Manchester United bought him. But he could still be a good defender for some teams. I don't think that team is Manchester United. And as you've seen, you've got Luke Shaw playing ahead of him at centre-half. You've got Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, who are also ahead of him. His fourth or fifth choice centre-back for Manchester United. And for an £80 million captain, that isn't what you want to see. I also feel like Bruno Fernandes is a better captain, but that's a story for another day. In this article, it goes on to say, and it's from Darren Lewis, West Ham are considering a move to sign for Harry Maguire on loan from United. I imagine it'd be something like on loan with an option to buy in the summer. Any deal that happened, if it was to happen in this January transfer window. Again, I'm sceptical about that because I feel like the manager won't want to let him go yet until the summer, when we know we have the funds to bring somebody else in. I don't think we're going to be bringing anybody else in on a permanent deal in this transfer window, even if we were to sell a player or two. So I can't see us replacing him. Therefore, I don't think Harry Maguire will leave. But it does open up the conversation. You're going to get the likes of West Ham, maybe Leicester, maybe Tottenham, those kind of teams interested in Harry Maguire. And you'll be able to get some money, but you're not going to get all that money back for him. And I think that's something United just need to accept and let him go. The manager has made clear he is not his first choice, second choice, third choice, his fourth choice. Played against Charlton. At times, you know, some great passes from him from the back, but we're playing against Charlton, and there were other times when he looked like he was terrified when he had defenders running at attackers running at him and stuff. So we hear they're weighing up their options in central defence. Wolves are targeting Craig Dawson, therefore domino effect, and West Ham could possibly target Harry Maguire. We heard him linked with Aston Villa previously. Looks like that one was just nonsense at the time, and he was having dinner somewhere and people put two and two together and got a Christmas cake. So West Ham are considering a move, according to this article by Darren Lewis in the Mirror. So make of that what you will. But for me, I think Manchester United should let Harry Maguire go. Get 30 million for him if you can. And let him go. He may go on to do well at another team like West Ham, Villa, Tottenham, something like that. And I'm sure there'll be a few people that say, oh, United shouldn't have let him go. But the facts are he's not good enough for Manchester United. He's not good enough for what Erik ten Hag wants to do. I don't think he can deal with the pressure of being a Manchester United player as well. Never mind being Manchester United captain. And I think ultimately you just go, look, we overpaid. We made a mistake. Let him go. You know what I mean? It's not his fault he cost 80 million. I don't think we should hold him and just keep him on the bench. What's the point in that? He's at his time in his career where he needs to be playing week in, week out. That's not for Manchester United. So let him go. I doubt that will be this transfer window, though, to be totally honest with you. Scott McTominay has been linked with a move to Newcastle. And apparently Erik ten Hag wants to keep him in his squad at least until the summer. But apparently Scott McTominay is open to the Newcastle move and could potentially head to Newcastle in the future. Man United midfielder Scott McTominay would be open to signing for Newcastle this month, according to reports. Despite the Saudi-backed Magpies distancing themselves from a January swoop, speculation over the academy graduate has been at fever pitch this season. Casemiro and Eriksen signed shortly after Erik ten Hag was appointed and been first choice pairing under the Dutchman. McTominay has only started 6 Premier League matches this season and none since the heavy defeat to Man City in October. Newcastle have been heavily linked. Following reports from the Telegraph suggest McTominay is concerned by his limited game time and would be willing to sign for Newcastle before the January 31st deadline. If that's the case, let him go. And again, you'd probably see McTominay go and do well for Newcastle because that's the kind of level he's probably at. For me, not good enough for Manchester United. We saw against Charlton, hiding from the ball, hiding from the opposition, hiding from his teammates when they had the ball and were looking for options. It's not good enough. It's sad to say it. You want to see your academy players come through. He loves the club, and it's always nice to see him score and all those kind of things. But he's not good enough. And the direction that Manchester United are moving in, yes, it would have been nice if he could have gone, you know what, McTominay is a good squad player, offers something off the bench. I don't think he does. With Maguire, you go 5 minutes in, we got a 1-goal lead, he can clear some balls from the back. But he might make a mistake. It's the same with McTominay, I think. Like, you bring him on as a sub, but I don't feel like the team's improving when he come on. The other day against Manchester City, we were bringing him off the bench. So that probably tells me that we won't let him go in this transfer window, despite him being concerned with limited game time. But if he is concerned with limited game time, eventually that's going to result in him leaving Manchester United, I think. And I'm not against that. Good luck to him. He's played 192 games for United so far since his debut in 2017. Let him go. Simple as that, really. And I think that's where we're getting to with Erik ten Hag at the moment. We're getting to a place now where we need to improve our bench, improve some positions in the starting 11. I think we could have, like, Eriksen's playing far too many games. We need another midfielder in there. We need a striker. That's clear. And maybe you could get another fullback. Who knows? Aaron Wan-Bissaka is doing really well, as is Diogo Dalot. But we still need a few, positions in the first 11. But ultimately, we have to improve that squad as well. When you look at our bench compared to Manchester City's, and we're bringing the likes of Elanga off it, McTominay, Maguire, etc., they're not good enough. And to get to that level and to play at that level at a consistent basis, we have to get a better squad. We have to get better squad depth. We have to get players that will be knocking on that door for that first 11. As useful as they may be sometimes, they're never going to be knocking on the door of the first 11. Do you know what I mean? Fred's a useful squad player. I don't think the others are, and we need to improve that. So yeah, United, I think it's good to hear these kind of rumours, although I'm not reading too much into them. I'm not expecting them to leave in his transfer window, but I think we are seeing the foundations being built for these guys leaving in the summer. And if that's the case, I think that's the best thing for United. Get some funds in, try and reinvest that into the team. Hopefully we got a new owner by then, a few more players. Give Ten Hag the resources and he will take us far. I'm feeling so confident about him. I know we got the difficult game against Palace and Arsenal coming up, and I'm wary about them fixtures. They're difficult, but so confident under Ten Hag at the moment and what he's doing with United. Got a Carabao Cup semi-final to look forward to, still in the FA Cup, still going in the Europa League, decent position in the Premier League. So all's going well at the moment, and it looks like hopefully we're correcting the errors of our ways from the past, and we're improving the squad and getting rid of some of those players that just clearly aren't good enough to be Manchester United first 11. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe, etc, etc. I will be back tomorrow with Crystal Palace reaction. I'll also be on the Paddock watch along as well. So make sure you head over to youtube.com / I think it's still / Fulltime Devils, but it is obviously Stretford Paddock. The link's in the description below. Head over to there and subscribe, and we'll be there tomorrow for the watch along, myself, Jay and Joe. That should be fun, and hopefully we'll be watching Manchester United win. Anyway, I'll see you soon.